just going, they're just saying, and I'm just like, they don't know I understand. So I just look over and I just start laughing, and then one kid yells out, and the whole crowd just starts talking, and it's a lot of. In Blumenau, I didn't really attempt to learn the language because I was only going to be there for 3 months, so I was just like, whatever. But knowing that I was going to be here for a longer time, I actually tried to learn the language.
You learned
and
something?
So yeah. So I can hold a conversation.
It's very good.
If you speak slowly, I can hold a conversation. Adapting here was pretty easy. The hardest thing here was having to learn everything so fast, because when I came, it was only like 1 month until the first game, so I had to learn real quick. In America, basketball is pretty tough, but you know, they protect the players a lot as far as, you know, hard fouls and stuff like that. But here in Europe and other places, I mean, it's pretty tough. It's really tough. But here especially, it's the toughest, because they let you get beat up. I mean, that's the simplest way I can put it. They let you get beat up, but it's good. I mean, it's how I learned how to play. The hardest team, that's tough. Maybe Baru, because they're so talented at every position. It's hard to match up with them, and they play extremely smart. The toughest team is Campo Mourão.
What?
Campo Mourão. Campo Mourão.
Oh.
They play really physical, and they hit you, they grab you, they push you. So they're the toughest team I've faced. The best player, I would have to say, Marquinhos, because he can do everything that the little guys can do, but he's like 6'9". I like the city. I like the people here. People here are nice. The fans are kind of tough sometimes. They give you a hard time, but I can live with that. The things I like to do, nothing. I watch Netflix with my girlfriend. Go bowling maybe sometimes, and go to the beach. The most difficult part, oh my goodness. All right, the most difficult part about learning a language is knowing which words go where. It's not everything, it's just like little things. So I would say, like, okay, like if I was at a restaurant, I would say, could I have one more drink or one more water? But in Portuguese, it's the opposite. You say more one,
Yes.
Like mais uma.
Yes.
But in English, it's one more. So that right there, oh my goodness, that kills me every time. Me and Tiago have had words. Me and Bamboo have had words, and they understand. It's like they'll say things, and I may not understand everything, but I'll hear like 1 or 2 words, and I'm like, okay, yeah, he's okay. I understand. When we played at Victoria, and I got fouled, and I went to the free throw line, and they have like a whole little section with like younger kids that are maybe between 14 and 22, that are around that age, and they just said a lot of stuff. And I mean, of course, the first thing I learned when I came here were the bad words. So when I'm at the free throw line, and they're just going, they're just saying it, and I'm just like, they don't know I understand. So I just look over and I just start laughing, and then one kid yells out, Ele entende, and then the whole crowd just starts talking, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. When I came here, I was like, these people hate me here. What am I thinking? But no, when I came here and played, They had beat us 3 times already.
Okay.
And so the last time we played, it was in Blumenau, and we lost by maybe like 8 points. Like in the last few seconds, we lost the game. And so when we came here and played, I was like, oh, we're gonna win this game, like I don't care. And so after the game was over, it was maybe like 10 seconds left or something. And the seats were just like that, and there was a lady sitting right in the front, and she said some stuff to me that I can't say, but she said some stuff to me because after the game, after I knew the game was over, I like walked down the side by in front of the crowd, and I was just like waving, and like they got so mad, and people started yelling stuff and telling me to get out of here, and it was crazy. I didn't think nobody remembered that. I don't think I played good because, well, first my team, we were out in the first round of the playoffs. First, we lost a lot of games that we should have won, and I feel like it was my responsibility because I had the ball in my hands a lot of times, and I didn't make the right decision, or something happened and I messed up. And then as far as like my personal stats, like by far in my whole career life, these are my worst stats by far. Like I've never averaged under 20 points in my life. I've never, I mean, steals, that's always get a lot of steals. But as far as point scoring and making decisions, turnovers, shooting percentages, like I've never been this bad. That's why I say like this is my worst. I think I'm playing bad. And the same reasons, the turnovers, my shooting percent. I wouldn't say that I'm like, oh, I'm just not scoring, or you know, because I never really take more than 14 shots a game, you know, and so if I can't make at least 7 out of 14 shots, then it's a terrible game for me. Last night I made 5 out of 14, and I felt terrible after the game because that's not what I'm used to, you know. Like I'm used to shooting great percentages. So that's why I say I'm playing bad. But everyone thinks I'm playing very good, having this amazing season. Yeah. But I'm just like, no, just playing. A lot of times in the game, I'm thinking too much. I'm thinking like, oh, should I do this? Okay, I'm gonna do this. Okay, should I do this? Instead of just like, okay, he's going that way. Okay, I'm gonna go this way. You know, like just playing. And I had 2 games where I just came out and I just played, and it was against Campo Mourão and Botafogo, and I just came out and just played, and I did great, and we won both games. So no, there's no training for it. I've always done that. Every league I've played in, I always got the most steals. I was just talking to Q about that, and he was just like, your hands are so quick, and then the ball's gone, and I'm just like, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Like in college, I didn't really play defense, but I had the most steals. Okay. So it's just like I used to tell my coach, like I would tell him like, I don't play defense. I just steal the ball. Sometimes, you know, your mind goes blank. You know, if you're thinking about something or if you're studying or something, and you're just so focused, and then boom, your mind goes blank for maybe 10 minutes, and you can't. Yeah, your mind just turns off for like 10 minutes, and you can't focus. You're reading something, but you're not understanding it, and then like after the 10 minutes, then you're back. You're okay. So that's how our season has been going. Every game, the games we play 4 quarters, we win. So if you watching the game, you'll say, oh, they lost the game in the 4th quarter. But then no, we lost the game in the 3rd quarter because that's when the scoring stopped. Right. That's where we lost focus or whatever happened. That's when it happened. And so we never could recover from that. So a lot of the fans will say like, oh, every game in the 4th quarter, it's always the same thing. But no, some games it's the 2nd quarter. Some games it's the 1st quarter. It's always 1 quarter that we lose and it costs us the game. So I think we have to focus for 4 quarters in order to win games.